Well, hiya folks, and welcome to Isle of Wight Bushcraft. You join me in this video for a chilled night out at Isle of Wight Bushcraft base camp, and I'll be responding to Tom at Cimbrer Bushcraft's tag as well, amongst a few other things. So stay tuned. Isle of Wight Bushcraft. Beautiful, lovely. Well, hiya folks, and well, we're just going to spend a lovely chilled out evening here at the Isle of Wight Bushcraft base camp. I've got a nice fire ready to go. I've even got the stove so I can put a pot of coffee on. I've got a nice light that I'm bringing with me, got with me tonight. Going to feature some luxury items as well, which Tom at Cimbrer Bushcraft asked me about. So I'm going to be responding to that as well. And we'll have a little camp chat as well. So it's going to be a cosy, chilled out, nice evening and night in Bushcraft base camp. And also for the first time, you remember last time I camped out, I did a hammock camp, but this tonight I'm actually in the Bushcraft base camp. I've got a cot bed there ready, nice sleeping bag, so I'm in here tonight. So I think it's going to be a lovely evening. First thing to do, I think, is get a fire going. Let's gather some firewood. I have to saw that bit. There, I've got stage 1 and stage 2 and 3, plus my big bits. That should be enough for a cosy little campfire. Okay, time to light it. So there we are, there's stage 1, stage 2, and then just behind the stage 3s, which are quite large actually. I think I'll use my flint and steel tonight, this evening. I've got some tin down here to light the fire. Now where have I put it? Ah, there we are. Okay, bit of cramp ball. I've got plenty of tinder here. So yeah, use that, bit of cramp ball in there. Tinder's a little bit green, but it should be okay, it's fairly dry. So I'm just taking my fire steel out and a bit of char cloth. Back in there, and then we'll put a spark to that and get that going. So we'll take that char cloth, put it on the back of the flint there, and then there we go. Just see that glowing there. Doesn't take much to get it going. Give it a little blow, as you can see. And then we'll just put that on the cramp ball there, close her up and blow to flame. There we go, easy as that. Good stuff, char cloth. Now if you're not familiar with char cloth, I'll put a card up above. I have done a video on how to make really good char cloth. and this stuff's pretty good. There we are. Let's blow that to flame now. Whoa, that is smoky. That's because it's a little bit green. Whoa. Nearly there. Oh, that is getting hot. There we go. Okay, put these stage 1 on now. There we go. And that's great. Be careful not to smother it. There we are, that's starting really nicely. Everything's really dry. I've had such good weather, so lighting the fire's pretty straightforward in these lovely dry conditions. But I'm in a safe area, so it's not a problem. I'm not going to catch anything alight. There we go. So that's the fire almost going. And nothing like a real fire, a real campfire, to make a nice cosy camp. And I've put a fire lay there as well at the base, which you can probably see. And as you can see also that timber, that wood, is perfect for burning. It's burning very efficiently. There's no smoke at all. It's a very clean burn. Put my griddle on there. You see that griddle there? So I can make a coffee in a short while. Got to have a coffee. There we are. Okay. I think I'll just move the stove over here a little bit. There we are. I might light up the stove later. We'll see. But for the moment, this campfire's lovely. So I'll just let that get established, and then we'll have a look at my my 3 luxury items. And I think you're going to like one of them, Tom, especially. I think you'll appreciate it. Okay, let's put my fire lighting kit away. Once I've finished with things, I always like to pack them away in their place, because if I don't, I have a tendency to lose things. And it's a great little bag, this as well. It's yeah, canvas bag, real heavy duty. It's they're not cheap, but really it's my possibles bag. But I keep my firelight and bits and pieces in there. It's a lovely little canvas bag. Funny, isn't it, how you get attached to things? But yeah, I do like that. So these are the three luxury items, Tom, that I don't always bring with me, and one of them I've only just acquired, but I'm going to be using it a lot more. But sometimes I do use them, and I do consider them luxury. They're not essential, but I do enjoy using them. So bring you in and discuss them. Let's have a look. So as you can see, Tom, I've got a Coleman dual fuel lamp. I've not had this too long. Recently acquired this and have used it. I used to have an old Tilly lamp, but I think this is slightly better. But I love the light, like you, Tom. I love the light that these give. It's such a nice, cosy, inviting light. A lot of the modern LEDs are very efficient, but it's a very cold light. But I do love the light from these, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So that's my first luxury item, which we'll have a closer look in a moment. Also, this luxury hip flask, which my wife bought for me, and we'll have a closer look at that in a moment. And this little beauty, I'll bring you in. I think you'll appreciate this, Tom, as well. And I sometimes use this. It's quite weighty. It's a bit of a luxury item, but I do love using it when I get the chance. So bring you in and show you that as well. Okay, first thing, let's have a look at this lamp. So this is a Coleman 295 Powerhouse dual fuel lamp, and I love it. I absolutely love it. What a lovely piece of kit this is. I really enjoy using it. Yes, it's a bit of a luxury item, but I really do love using this. And you'll see it working a little later on as well. Once it starts to get dark, I'll light it up and you'll see it in action. And this is it. This is in response to Tom at Cimbrer Bushcraft. I'll put a link below to his channel. Great channel Tom's got, and I like him as a person as well. He's a nice guy, and yeah. And he gave me this tag. He tagged me for this 3 luxury item video to do, so I'm including it in this chilled camp out. And the reason why, coming back to the lamp, when I was a small boy, I've always fished ever since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, as they say. But I remember the days of traipsing along the shore, traipsing the gravel and shingles scrunching under your feet as a kid. And my dad's friends used to take me, because they knew I loved fishing. They used to take me out all night. And I thought it was great when I used to catch pouting and so forth, but we always had the Tilly lamps, and I can remember particularly one night especially laying on the beach, and 10cc's I'm Not In Love was playing on the radio. That was in the days of Radio Luxembourg. And do you remember when they weren't broadcasting, there used to be that repeated tune. It used to go do 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 do. Any of you guys out there old enough to remember that? You may have forgotten about that for years, but if you remember it, I'm sure it will bring memories, and those memories will come flooding back. I remember that. But yeah, going back to the beach, we're on the beach. It was a beautiful summer's evening, and I was catching some nice fish actually. Plenty of pouting, a bit more, you know, a few more fish in the sea then. It was only pouting, but for me as a boy, it was great. But we had these tilly lamps. They took these, my dad's friends took tilly lamps with them, and the sand hoppers and moths and flies are swarming around them. But it was very atmospheric. Yeah, they were good days. Very atmospheric, being on the beach, sound of the waves just lapping up the shingle shore, rods out, and occasionally you hear the bell ring on the end of the rod as you've got to buy it. And I always remember thinking what a lovely light those paraffin lights gave off. So to get one of these was great. Really like it. A little bit easier to light than the Tilly as well. It's a pump it up and match up through the light hole, and match in through the light hole there, and away you go. So yeah, really pleased to get this. So that's my first luxury item. Put that down there. In actual fact, what I'll do is I'll hang that up there for later. There we go. And I'll put my cookser up there. There we are. Now my next luxury item is this little beauty. So put it on there. Now this is an old paraffin stove. I don't know if you make out the picture there. And this is from, I think it's from the mid to late 50s. This was my father-in-law's stove, which my mother-in-law kindly gave to me because she knows I love my outdoors and wild camping and bushcraft. So she kindly gave me this, and I do really treasure it, and it's a lovely thing to use. So I'll take it out of the box and we'll assemble it, and we'll actually get it alight, and you'll see what it's how it performs. So there we are. So we've got the three pan stands there, and there's the burner, and it even comes with its own little wind guard, which we'll put there. It comes with its own little tin of methylated spirits, and its little ring burner there. You pour the meths in there, and you have to preheat it. There's the body of the stove, and there we are, Tom. You can see why I thought you would like it, because I know that you love your brass, and look at that. And the feet, you just hinge out the feet like so. There we are. And there's the neck and the nozzle with its own built-in filter, and that comes apart. And it comes with a little spanner as well, and then you just use that blunt end there to undo that screw. So it all packs away in this little tin. So we take that out, put it in there for safekeeping. And there's the nozzle on the neck and the nozzle. As I say, it comes with its little mesh filter in there. So we screw that in like so. Oh. Am I going the right way? Sometimes these are reverse thread. No, that's the right way. Again, the spanner is just to do that nut up. And I've put a little bit of PTFE on there as well, just to make sure that seals. There we go. Now what we do is we put that ring on there, like so, and the burner just sits on top. And then these little these pan stands just slot in the side like so. There we are. and we have a stove, and then this just slides around, and that makes your windshield. So there is a little bit of wind, so we'll just, don't need the whole thing, but we'll just put that in there to protect that. There we are. Well, we might not need that. So you just make sure that the cap's done up tight, and then you give it a pump. I think I've overdone it there, but that's not a problem. And then you put some meths in a little burner there. Oh, that's quite a lot there. That's not a problem. And then just like that. So just like that meths. And then just give that a few minutes to warm up. So you do have to prime this stove, bearing in mind it is from the 50s. So that's nearly 60 years old. Now that's preheated now. Give that a little pump, a little bit of pressure, and there's no regulator. You just, there we go. And the paraffin stove is alight. And if you start to lose a bit of heat, you know, if the burner starts to go to low, you just pump the plunger there and put a little bit more pressure in. And I have, like I say, I've used this a good few times, and it does work really well. And there we are, you can see paraffin stove, and it's pretty quick to the boil as well when you use this. So I like it because it's old-fashioned. It's old-fashioned but still works. How many modern stoves would still work after almost 60 years? There we are. Yeah, it's got character as well. Lovely piece of kit. So that's my second luxury item, Tom. I hope you like that, my friend, because I know you do like your brass, and why not? Me too. Probably not as much as you, but I do appreciate character. And this is my third luxury item, Tom. I think you'll appreciate this one as well. Yeah, this is a lovely hip flask that my wife bought me when we were in Scotland a few years back. We try and go up there every year. A bit of chaga hunting up there we do, and mushrooms as well. We get some lovely mushrooms up there. We pig out on mushrooms that week. But yeah, this is a lovely Harris tweed hip flask, and only single malts from Scotland qualify to enter into this flask. Reason it's a luxury item, don't need it of course, but it is nice to enjoy just a dram or two. Like anything, especially single malts, to be enjoyed in moderation. Something to be enjoyed, not abused, but enjoyed. So a dram or two around the campfire is a lovely little bit of a luxury to have in camp, Tom. So there we are, Tom. That's yeah, that comes with me probably every time I go camping now. It's lovely, and it holds value to me as well because it was a present from my wife as well. So that's lovely. So there we are. There are my three luxury items in response to your tag, Tom. that just leaves me the honour of tagging another channel, and that person I'm going to tag is Mark at Mark Bailey. Mark runs a great channel, and he's done a little bit of leather work for me, which I appreciated, and so I'm going to tag you, Mark, show us your 3 luxury items, and look forward to seeing some of the things that you take with you. And also, thank you, Tom. I appreciate your support, Tom, at Tom's at Cimbrer Bushcraft. Great channel Tom's got, a real good bushcrafter, knows his stuff, and yeah, he's got a good channel, as Tom. I'll put a link to his channel below. I'll put a link to Mark Bailey, Mark at Mark Bailey's channel below as well. So there we are, my 3 luxury items. Well, I do believe that it's time for a coffee. So I think I'll put the biddy can on the fire and enjoy a nice coffee. Got some steaks with me as well, so yeah, I think we'll sizzle those up later as well. But yeah, definitely time for a coffee. In actual fact, I think what I'll do is I'll light the stove up and boil the water on the stove. Seeing as I've got it out. There we go. That's just about ready now. There we are. It's taken about 10 minutes, 8 minutes. Okay, get some coffee in. And turn the stove off, you just relieve the pressure. There we go. Just a little pressure nozzle there, just turn that, and that's the stove out. It's old-fashioned, it's old technology, but it works and oozes character. Let's have some coffee. Oh, what a beautiful evening. Whoop, mind the lampshade. It's lovely, really is nice. If that wind, there's a little bit of wind, but if that just dies down, it'd be nice. Right, coffee. There we are, your cookser. So I've got 2 cooksers with me. I've got my coffee cookser and my single malt Scotch cookser. One for each tonight. Well, why not? Okay. Well, it is a beautiful evening. Oh, that's nice coffee. And it's that time of the evening where the birds are singing just before they're, well, I think they are roosting actually. starting to find their roosts. You can hear the birds singing around. Always a nice sound. Well, it's a lovely coffee, and while I've been drinking that coffee, it's got considerably darker. So I think what we'll do is light up this Coleman Powerhouse 295. Yeah, light up this lamp and give a lovely light. Yeah, let's do that now, I think. Here we are. So it's pretty straightforward to light. It's you just turn the pump a few turns anti-clockwise, and then give about 30 pumps. I've already given it a few pumps a while back, so still a fair amount of pressure in there already. And then you do the just turn the pump handle again. Oh, you have to keep your thumb over the end as well, otherwise the pressure just comes back out. Yeah, you kind of seal it with your thumb, that pump, as you push it. And it's a case of get a match. There's a little light hole. You light the match, put it up through the hole, and then turn it on. Don't turn it on first, or you don't turn these on first and then put your match up. Otherwise, you're liable to get a flare up. But I dropped the match in there. That's typical. A bit too high. Gently does it. There we go. You have to kind of ease it on. There we are. And that's not even full. And we'll just let that heat up for a little bit, and we crank it up a little bit more. Yeah, lovely lamp. Hang that up. You can see what I mean. That gives a beautiful, cosy warm light. That does, that lamp. And don't get me wrong, the LED lights are great. You know, I mean, they're very efficient. They last a long time, but you can't be the natural light of a fuel lamp. That's lovely. What a lovely light. Makes it look really cosy, camp. Yeah. Right. Well, what am I looking for? Ah, there. I'm starting to feel a little bit peckish, so I think I've got some steaks with me. 3 of them. Every time I have steaks, it's 3. So I think I'm going to put the pan on the fire and cook those up. Have a little bit of supper. Let's put the old pan on the fire. Look at that. Okay, here we go. 1. 2. And 3. Put some fresh herbs in with those as well. And I've got some salt as well, which I'll put in. Quite smoky. Yeah, they won't take long to cook. Here we are, steak and eggs. Lovely. Looking forward to eating that. Oh, lovely and warm by this fire as well. Okay. Oh. Delicious. Oh, seriously, I'm not exaggerating, guys. Oh, that is just... Why does food taste so much better outside? I don't know, maybe it's the way it's cooked and with a bit of egg as well on that. Let's give that a go. Oh wow. Oh, it's so good. Well, I'm going to kick back and enjoy eating this, guys. I'll bring you back in a moment or two. Well, that was delicious. I really enjoyed that. And I'm enjoying this this lovely coffee. Well, it's a lovely evening, lovely cosy camp, and I'm really enjoying this lamp. It gives a beautiful light, loving it. It's lighting up the camp, the base camp, lovely. Little fire going, yeah, great to be in the great outdoors. By the way, if you've not yet heard or know about the Methuselah tree, there's a video on YouTube all about the Methuselah tree, and I found that very, I don't know, it really resonated with me. It affected me quite deeply. The Methuselah tree, after Methuselah in the Bible, the longest living man. This tree is a bristlecone pine in the, I think it's California desert. But it's almost just shy of 5,000 years old, and they know that, of course, because they've taken a tap-in. Very, very small, long, thin drill, but they've taken a tap-in and counted the rings, and yeah, almost 5,000. Imagine that. That tree was around before the flood, the global deluge of Noah's time. It was around before Christ was on the earth. And well, imagine if that tree could talk. And it's a real old grandfather of a tree. Yeah, the bristlecone pine, the Methuselah tree. There's a video on YouTube. Very, very interesting. Yeah. So coming back to this one, this is not quite as old as a Methuselah tree, but I'm gathering it's probably a good 140 or so years old. Yeah. I wonder what it would say, what it would talk about if it could. I mean, that was there in Victorian times, and the world was totally different then to what it is now. Just like to give a few shout outs. Thanks to Mark at Y Explorer. He responded to a show us your coffee tag recently. Even though he's not particularly keen on coffee, he still did it. Yeah, so that was nice of him. Good spirit. Showed a good spirit there. So thanks for that, Mark, and I hope you're well, mate. Yeah, he got interesting. Mark likes his walking and his hiking, and takes you to some nice, interesting places, and shows you some lovely views. So yeah, Y Explorer. It's worth checking out, Mark. Nice again, nice chap. Quite deep thinker, which I like. Of course, Tom at Cimbrer Bushcraft. Again, seems a real nice chap, Tom, and he's got a lovely base camp. I mean, actual fact, Tom, watching his video and his base camp inspired me really to get my finger out and put one together myself. He's got a lovely camp there, and he got some nice little knickknacks in there as well. So yeah, I think I've got a lot in common with Tom. If you know what I mean. Hiya, Tom. Hope you're doing well. Hope you and your wife are well. And thanks for the mention, Tom, as well. And thanks for the tag, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah, another nice channel. Wade. Mustn't forget Wade at Woods Walker. Hiya, Wade. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well over there in Ontario and Canada. And say hi to Clifford for me as well. Lovely to have brothers, you might say, over there in I'm getting smoked out over there in Canada. And Wade does some really good stuff as well. Again, he knows his stuff. He's good bushcrafter and wild camper, Wade. I like watching his stuff as well. Yeah, he's got a good channel, Woods Walker 65. Yeah, check Wade out. And another channel I really like as well is Norwegian Bushcraft, Ord. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ord is again very accomplished bushcrafter, knows his stuff, and sent me my first charger actually, or did we made an exchange. I think I sent him some flint. Yeah. Anyway, Ord, it's yeah, thank you for that. That's a while ago now, it was a few years back, but yeah, appreciated that. But Ord Norwegian Bushcraft, great channel, and I love his intro, the guitar music to that. I love that. Yeah, it's really good. But he's got a great channel, Ord. Yeah, some good Norwegian channels and Swedish channels. I think Scandinavia is. I mean, I've been to Finland. I haven't been to Sweden, been to Norway a fair few times, well, you know, a few times now, and Norway is absolutely stunning place, and Finland as well. I was up in the Arctic Circle, video not so long ago did, loved Finland as well. Yeah, Scandinavia is just a lovely place, and I think that's where Tom is. Tom's in, you're in Denmark, aren't you, Tom? Yeah. Not been to Denmark, but maybe one day. Well, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to kick back and relax for a little bit, and then hit the sack, have a good night's sleep. So I'll see you in the morning, guys. Nice to have a good camp chat as well. Well, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful outlook to wake up to. Oh, beautiful morning. Oh, that's what I see when I look out base camp in the morning, when the sun is shining. Well, I think what I'll do is get sorted out, get the fire going again, and have some breakfast. And a drink of water. Dry mouth. Okay. Bit of butter in there. Oh yeah. Now for some the old Himalayan rock salt. That's got to go in there because that really does bring out the flavour and stuff. There we go. Some tomatoes in. There's tomatoes over there. And we put some bacon on the go there. Okay, on with the bacon, tomatoes, and the mushrooms, and then we can whack some eggs in. Just a couple of eggs, and we're ready to. Breakfast is served. A little bit broken, but it doesn't matter. It'll taste the same. There we go. Well, those mushrooms are nice. Well, this breakfast is gorgeous, as always. Always nice to eat a cooked breakfast. I don't often have one. but outdoors, al fresco, it's lovely. So I'm going to enjoy this for a few moments, guys. And I'll see you in a bit. Okay, it's time for a nice cup of coffee now, just to finish that breakfast off. Well, there we are. Oh yeah, it's a nice cup of coffee, that. Well, it's been a lovely, lovely camp. I hope you've enjoyed virtually being there with me, guys. And I know we're all under lockdown, but hopefully this has helped you to just mentally get out. And that you've enjoyed it. It's been yeah, been a lovely camp, lovely night last night. First night in this base camp actually sleeping in it, which has been lovely. Had a pretty good night's sleep as well, actually. So that's all for now, folks. And take care out there, and take care in there. And again, thank you to all my loyal subscribers. Appreciate your support, guys and girls. Mustn't forget the girls. And all being well, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.